It's Thursday, September 9th, and you're watching the Morning Swim Show. I'm Garrett McCaffrey, wearing the suit and tie for Peter Bush. Today in the Phineas Monitor, we'll talk to the 17-year-old from Michigan who opened a lot of eyes this summer. Clay Youngquist is arguably the top recruit in the country, and he joins us right now in the Phineas Monitor from Battle Creek, Michigan. Clay, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, what's going on?
Let's talk about this summer and the unbelievable summer that you had. Did it meet or exceed the expectations that you had coming into the summer?
Yeah, definitely, for what we were training to. The 200 free was definitely the main focus, and I hit the time that I wanted to go, and to make that junior Pan-Pac team, that was real neat, and that was also my other goal. So,
before we talk about that trip out to Maui, let's talk about juniors. And it was kind of a tough situation because you got sick at the beginning of the week, and although you said that the 200 freestyle was your priority, it kind of got in the way of you really getting after a 400 freestyle, right?
Yeah, in the beginning of the week, it was a little bit scary. Didn't start out the best. I was really happy that 200 free was towards the end. I swam the 400, and it scared me a little bit for the 200, but that was my one of my main focuses, and I knew I could still have a good race. So back in the ready room, just got real focused and was able to pull out a good swim. So.
Even though you say the 200 is your focus, I've seen you bust out a really impressive short course 500 freestyle and even a long course 400 freestyle. What kind of expectations do you have for that event going forward? Is it still going to be, one of the events that you're really focusing on, even if it's not the top priority like the 200 free?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm sort of disappointed in myself that I didn't really get to swim, I guess, a good 400, really shaved and tapered. I swam it earlier in the season and still broke 4 minutes, and then at juniors, still just a 3:58 when I was supposed to be fully rested. So I'm really looking forward to next summer, sort of just like get that race back and people know that I can swim those longer races.
So in Maui at Junior Pan-Pacs, Clay, it seemed like everybody on the team kind of was pretty selective in the events that they swam. You opted out of the 400 freestyle, swam the 200 and the 100. Let's start with the 100 freestyle, a 50.2. It's a best time, right?
Yep.
Were you pretty happy with the swim?
Yeah, I was really happy with that. That was one of my first swims at juniors, so I knew I could go quite a bit faster, and there's obviously great competition there. And Australia was our rival down at that meet, and that was the #1 seed going in, the Australian, and we just got a good race, and Kip Darby, my teammate, was a few lanes over, and just got real pumped for that race.
Talk about that team atmosphere before we get into your stellar 200 freestyle. Talk about the team atmosphere at a junior meet like that.
Yeah, it's definitely different than a national championship that I might go to. Past few nationals, it's just my mom and I. We travel by ourselves. My mom's my coach, and then when I go out to these junior meets, you swim and train and compete with one of your closest swim friends that usually you'll just see them on the computer on the time listings, but then when you're actually there on a relay with them and then cheering for them, that's just the coolest thing. So. Is
it tough not to look at them as rivals and keep that friendship in perspective at any point?
Nah, the second you get to that airport, you're all really good friends. You meet up and fly out there together, and nobody ever really thinks like that. Yes, it is very competitive to get on relays or make that final spot and the console heat or the A final, because there's only so many Americans who can make that. And it does get competitive, but there's definitely no rivalries.
Well, then your friends on the team must have been pretty pumped when they saw you throw up a 1:48.4 in the 200 freestyle. Was that a time that you had in mind, or were you surprised as everyone else when you hit the wall?
After junior nationals, I knew I could go a little bit faster. There was an Australian there, Ned McKendry. He also went a 1:48 in the morning, and so I knew he was going to be there to race and push. And so going into finals, I was really excited about that race, and it was good to race him. He was also 1:48.7, so that was very helpful.
That time I mean, if you weren't one of the top recruits in the country or the top recruit in the country before that, it's put you right up there on the top of most teams' lists. Before we get into the recruiting season, which is getting underway for you, let's kind of set the tone and explain to everyone what kind of training you do. You said before you train with your mom day in, day out. What kind of yardage are you doing? How many practices are you doing a week? What does it take for Clay Youngquist to go 148.4 in a 200 free?
Yeah, a lot of people always ask me how much dry land and maybe weightlifting I do, but I have never done any weightlifting whatsoever. I do a little bit of resistance work with a partner, but a little bit of core work, just a bunch of different types of push-ups and whatnot, but that's it for dry land. Pretty much do everything in the pool. Train 5 practices a week for 2.5 hours. And then in those 2.5 hours, it's all quality work, and they're normally from 7,000 to 9,000 yards. So
you're getting in some volume, but you're doing it in limited practices. When you're looking at where you want to go and continue this stellar swimming career, what kind of things are you hoping to learn from your recruiting trips?
Yeah, just at the recruiting trips, just the team itself, just the type of people who I'm going to be training with day in and day out. That is a huge thing, and then really just to get the coach. The coach is what he does and what he believes in is where I'm going to end up at in my swimming career. So these recruiting trips coming up are very important.
What 5 trips are you planning on taking at this point?
Texas, Arizona, USC, Florida, and Ohio State.
All right, so a couple of the obvious choices, it seems like. Again, you say that you just want to get to know the coaches, but coming from such a unique training background, I mean, what kind of questions do you have for coaches?
Yeah, for the coaches, I don't know, more of just like, I guess, the general yardage. I know that obviously we're going to be doing doubles and college training, so that's one thing that I'll have to get used to along with the weightlifting and everything. So maybe something to just transition into all that work. If there's anything like that, I'm going to talk to a lot of the swimmers and ask them their point of view on the training. So that's a very good question. I think I need to follow a little bit more up on that.
Yeah. Well, Clay, best of luck to you in this upcoming recruiting season. It's an exciting time, so make sure that you take the time to enjoy it. Congratulations on a great summer, and thanks for taking the time to talk with us.
Thank you very much.
All right. So that's Clay Youngquist joining us from Battle Creek, Michigan, and that's it for the show today. I'm your host, Garrett McCaffrey. We'll see you next time right here on Swimming World TV.